Hi there, I'm Sam.
And I'm John.
And we just watched The Mummy. Perfect.
Killed it.
This movie review is going to be full of spoilers, by the way. We're just going to talk about whatever we want about the movie. So if you haven't seen it already, maybe do that, or maybe don't for this particular film. And sometimes having low expectations for a movie can be really nice. Because if it ends up being good, it seems really good.
Right,
and that's awesome.
Which was kind of the case with this one for me, because I thought it was going to be terrible.
Let's just work through the movie from the start, alright?
Okay.
We can just talk about all the crazy shit that happened in Tom Cruise, The Mummy. So it starts out in, let's see, 13th century Great Britain. They're burying a bunch of old monks, Templar Knights, I guess, who just raided Egypt and stole this dagger of Set, right?
Yeah.
When he's the Egyptian god of death. And we see the beautiful Egyptian princess Amenet fighting with sticks on its sand dune. She's going to inherit the throne of Egypt. She's going to become the new Egyptian god empress. And then she has a baby brother. Ah, fuck.
Well, he's got to die.
Yeah, because of course the male heir will inherit the throne. So she summons this god of death. He gives her a spooky knife. She turns super evil and gets covered in all these moon runes.
Yeah.
And she has two irises, each with their own pupil in her eyes. And that's a big deal. It was in all the trailers. Is that just a mark of evil?
I'm pretty sure Hitler had two irises and two pupils. Oh. So we probably...
Wow. Well, I mean, why
kid.
didn't people stop him off the bat there? It's like, guys, I think Hitler might be evil. Just look at his eyes.
He's got the double thing going on.
She's going to kill this guy with the knife to apparently make him the living embodiment of Set. And then she's stopped at the last minute by these poison darts.
Maybe they were like laced with mercury or something. That was like her kryptonite.
She's mummified alive. She's buried in a pit. She's covered in mercury. Fast forward to present day. We come across Tom Cruise, right? Yeah. He's there with his friend.
The guy from New Girl.
Tom Cruise is like, hey, Jake Johnson, let's go down into this city. And his friend is like, maybe we shouldn't go into the city filled with enemies with guns. Tom Cruise is like, okay, you're being a little bitch. And then they're going to die on a roof. They call in an airstrike that uncovers the tome. All of the mercenaries go running for their lives.
Their, like, commander guy comes in. I got this archaeologist girl. She wants to check that out.
They all go down to this tome. She's like, oh shit, this is actually a prison. And she has this dumb as hell line that I could not get over for like 15 minutes. She's like, those chains aren't there to lift her out. They're to hold her down. I know. They're chains coming to the ceiling. Like, how are those going to hold someone down?
Yeah, like you push up against a chain, you're not getting any resistance.
I know. If the chains were coming from the bottom and they were tethering her to the floor, that's one thing.
Yeah. Tom Cruise is like looking around, looking at all these chains. He's like, I bet I know what makes this happen. Yeah. So he shoots the chain or rope thing or whatever. Just boom, everything activates, pulls the thing right out.
Pulls this massive counterweight, falls from the ceiling. Like, what was it? Like, do they use the chains to lower her down and then they're like, hey, boss, do you want us to just throw these chains into the pit to guarantee that she's kept down there forever? Or do you want us to tie this massive counterweight to them so that someone could easily lift her out in the future? And he's just like, I guess either way is fine. Just do what you want. Like, we can't let this massive counterweight go to waste.
Yeah, if we get audited for this and they find out we didn't use the counterweight, we're going to be in for it.
We're not going to get a counterweight next time.
So then they take the sarcophagus in the plane.
Yep. And he's immediately cursed, by the way. The instant he comes out, he starts getting all these crazy visions, and all these spiders come out, and they bite his friend.
He really just should have stayed in that apartment with Zooey Deschanel. And Tom Cruise is like, they're just camel spiders. And then they get this thing on the plane, they got to get the F out of there.
His cold sweat is just pouring off his face, and he's got this massive... all these veins, these dark veins coming up off his neck, and everyone's like, dude, camel spiders are poisonous. Relax. And he's like sawing the straps off this sarcophagus.
The commander comes over, he's like, bruh, and then he stabs the commander.
And everyone's like, whoa, that wasn't cool. And he stabs him again, and they're like, okay, dude,
all right.
Stop. It was just a camel spider.
You're being really, really immature about
You're
this.
Overreacting.
So Tom Cruise now, with this zombie guy walking towards him with a knife, he's like, guys, this is my friend.
Yeah, he probably didn't mean it. It was just a camel spider.
He's probably... just had a rough day. Johnny Jackalson tries to stab him as well. And so he's like, alright, never mind.
He shoots him in the chest. Shoots him a second time, lying on the floor dead. Shoots him again. And still, nobody has referenced how fucked up this guy looks. Nobody ever draws attention to it through the entire movie. The engine explodes because I guess a crow flew into it. They go up into the cockpit and this massive black cloud is coming towards them, right?
Of crows. It's not hard to tell.
And this crow hits the window of the plane, right? Yeah. And this window just shatters. It's like so many cracks. And I'm sitting there thinking, what are airplane windshields made out of? Has no airplane ever hit a bird before? Like, is this something they're like, hey, should we get the bird-proof glass, or will just normal window glass do? Right, so all this huge cloud of crows crashes into the plane. They come rocketing through, just shattering through the glass. The impact of these crows hitting the pilot and co-pilot just kills them instantly, right? Because they're just getting murdered by this murder of crows.
And Tom Cruise is trying to save what's-her-face. He puts the parachute on. She's like, I don't know how to use this. He's like, I got it.
And the plane goes crashing into the earth, and he's still in it. He's in a morgue. That's right, because I guess he was dead for a bit.
For a bit.
But now he's fine.
It was a minor inconvenience.
And that's when his dead friend, he shot 3 times after he was cursed, shows up. And is Tom Cruise concerned? No. I think the line was, hey buddy. Yeah. He's like, what's happening? And his friend is like, you know what's happening. And Tom Cruise is like, okay, clearly I don't. Because
just ask.
Jenny comes in to identify the bodies. And Tom Cruise is just standing there naked, not a scratch on him. He's an image of health. And he's like, all right, let's go find the coffin box. And she's like, it's a sarcophagus. And he's like, I don't care about your words. Maybe the one decent piece of situational comedy in the whole movie. They go to this church. In good horror movies, there will be times when it looks like something scary is going to happen, and then it doesn't happen, right? And that increases suspense. And the people who made this movie had no concept of that.
You're like, jump scare incoming.
Yeah, you're like 3, 2, 1. Oh,
thank goodness.
There it was, right on cue. Yeah. He gets absolutely wrecked by all these mummies and Amunet, and she smashes this statue, and she pulls out this knife, and she's going to stab him. No. Oh, She realizes that the stone is missing from the hills. Jenny walks in. He's like, Jenny, run. That was also kind of funny. Yeah. I'm not going to lie.
That was all right, yeah.
He seemed surprisingly okay as well with this weird mummy girl getting all up over him.
Yeah, he was like trying to reason. He was like, maybe we could work something out.
He was like, parts of her face are decayed, but she's kind of hot.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean...
And yeah, he just seemed kind of cool with it. Right? She like pulls his shirt up. And she's like, oh, I better get a really close look at these abs. And he's like getting tickled by it. He's like giggling. And that was just uncomfortable, honestly. What I'm saying, though, is that he's way more into it than he should be.
Right, Tom Cruise confirmed necrophilia.
Yeah. Tom Cruise stabs the mummy in the back with a knife. Jenny's like, oh, I want this. And just takes the knife back out and drive off.
Truck crashes.
And enter the monster hunters, who take her down with a bunch of fucking harpoons. I was like, oh, yeah, she can't die. Harpoons, that's a good idea. Why don't they use those in more movies, right? I feel like it would work against most undead, right?
Yeah.
So it's just...
I mean, they're monster hunters. They're experienced.
Yeah. Enter Russell Crowe, who is fucking Dr. Jekyll. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I hated that. Why'd they do that? Are they going to do a whole like cinematic universe with it? Like,
that's the thing. It was dark universe.
Is Tom Cruise going to be a recurring character, just like the god of death, Tom Cruise? Like, is he going to pop up all over the place?
Yeah, that's probably the name of the sequel, because then they can actually put Tom Cruise's name in the title.
He starts turning into Hyde, and they have to give himself this shot really quick before it finishes the transformation. Right? So you'd think that if that were the case, you would have just, maybe a bunch of one-time use shots lying around, or something you could just like, bam, That was not the case. No. He had it in this case. He had to open up the case, take the thing out, screw in 4 separate like capsule pieces, right? Yeah. And jam it into himself. It takes like 20 seconds to get this thing done. Like,
why?
What?
They're embalming Amunet with mercury. They're staring at each other. And he's like, guys, stop it.
Yeah, don't pump her full of mercury. It's hurting her.
Yeah, she's saying it's burning. You guys are the real monsters.
Yeah, you're being so mean to this embodiment of evil. She's like, they're gonna kill you, and he's like, are you gonna kill me? They're like, yeah, we're gonna kill you.
But we're gonna fill you with the god of evil first, so we can just kill.
Yeah, we're gonna kill him. That's really the goal. You're just gonna die in the process.
Amunet summoned an evil bug.
Amunet's like sands of Egypt. Take him out. Neat, yeah. And then all of the glass shatters, and I'm like, glass is made of sand.
Yeah, that's what I thought that was going to.
Yeah. She more or less gains control of the jewels super easy. He fights a bunch of zombies, and then there's this scene from the trailers where Jenny gets pulled underwater.
He can hold his breath for a
long time. And the whole time he's swimming as well. He's like, all these bubbles flying up. Like, wow, he must have let out 2 or 3 lungfuls of air already. So he swims to her body, and she's dead. Oh, shit. She drowned. And then Amunet freaking turns all of those Templar zombies to dust. She's like, I don't need these anymore. She's like, there's no way he'll do anything to fight back. I don't think
he's got any.
Let's just count our eggs before they hatch. Why don't we? Yeah. She's like, all right, I'm gonna turn you into the god of death now. You just stay right there. And he's like, no. And they start fighting.
And Amunet's like, bruh, like, do you even live?
Like 2 or 3 times during this fight scene, he just like sprints at her, and she's just like bitch, please. And just slaps him, and he just falls to the ground, like hits his head.
Back, yeah.
She starts choking him to death, and he just casually takes the knife from her.
She's holding it in her other hand.
Yeah.
And he just real sneaky, like maybe she doesn't have nerves.
I don't know. Yeah, that's gotta be what it is. Yeah. He says, this isn't gonna work out. And it's not me. It's you. And I'm like, okay, that was stupid, Tom Cruise. So she throws him, and he has the knife now. He slams it on the ground, gonna destroy that.
And it cracks a little bit. And she's like,
and then he's like swinging that. He's like about to win the whole thing and smash it. And she's like, wait. And he's like, okay, all right, you're right. And then she's like, here's an option you haven't considered. You could become the god of death. You'll have power over life and death. And he's like, Jenny's dead. And if I were the god of death, then wait, I can do this. So he stabs himself. I don't know if it makes a difference who stabs him. Like if she had stabbed him, would he have been her servant?
He's like, okay, yeah.
I don't know. He manages to stay in control, and he brings Jenny back to life. And he's like, "Don't get near me. I might hurt you." And he murders Aminette. By the way, that happens. And then he vanishes. Poof.
Yep.
People come down, and Jenny's like, "Well, Russell Crowe, I guess that it all worked out in the end." Tom Cruise and Jackson
Johannesburg.
Yeah, they're in the desert, and Jackson Johannesburg says, "Wow, it sure is a good thing you brought me back to life, just in case anyone in the audience isn't keeping up with what's happening."
This isn't a flashback to the beginning of the movie, despite the similar setting.
Let's just make that really clear. Not a flashback. This is after what just happened.
And
I was brought back to life. Is everyone on the same page here? And then they go riding off.
To find a way to lift the curse so he doesn't have to be the god of death or something.
Even though it seems to have no downsides. That was the whole movie. So, Rotten Tomatoes gave it, what, 16% or something?
16%. IMDb gave it a 5.8.
5.8 out of 10? Yeah, so what do you give it?
Oh, man. Well, when we started this off, we were like, it wasn't that bad. Yeah. And then we just tore it to pieces just now.
Well, it's easier to comment on the bad parts of a movie than the good parts.
That's true. I don't know. Well,